The Great Restoration, a song of the all-wear, ancestors, scholars, and you, the bright-eyed children of the great all-wear. We are gathered today not merely to sift through the dust of yesterday, but to perform a sacred act of restoration. For 5 centuries, we have wandered within a master narrative, a labyrinth of mirrors designed to hide us from our own faces. They told you your story began in the weeping dark of a ship's hold, defined only by the iron that kissed your ankles. They told you the Indians of this soil were a ghost people who simply vanished like mist off the mountains. But look again, look at the mummies, look at the mounds, beneath the grass and the linen, a different truth is breathing. We see the ancient ones. The bridge of the sun. Let us speak of the great water. The Eurocentric mind called the Atlantic a wall. They claimed they were the first to conquer its waves, but the silent priestesses of the Nile do not lie. In the late years of the last century, science whispered what our spirits already knew. The pharaohs of Kemet were consuming the sacred plants of this land, cocaine and tobacco botany that only the American soil could provide. 3,000 years ago, the Great Water was not a wall, it was a bridge. There was a commerce of the soul and the skin that spanned from the golden peaks of Giza to the purple heights of the Andes. We see this bridge in the stone lips of the Olmec heads. We see it in the skeletons of Tlatilco, where the Africoid was no stranger, but a citizen, a brother, a king. From the gold of Guinea to the spears of the Caribbean, the same divine alchemy was practiced. Ivan van Sertima sang of this. Mansa Abubakari, too, sailed for this. They came before Columbus, not as ironclad conquerors, but as kin in a global civilization of the Sunday. The alchemy of the lie. If the truth is written in stone and bone, why must we fight so hard to hear its music? Because the colonizer knew that to steal the land, he had first to steal the I am. He knew that if the black man in America realized he was the ancient one, the Moor of the land, his sovereignty would be a fire no law could extinguish. And so, the colonizer invented the most silent weapon of all, the paper genocide. He sent men like Walter Plecker into our living rooms with a pen and a pad. Plecker, the registrar of vital statistics, used the Racial Integrity Act of 1924 to commit a crime that no blade could achieve. With a single flick of his wrist, he took the Indian and wrote colored. He took the Moor and wrote Negro with a drop of ink. He turned the aboriginal inhabitant into a foreigner. He turned the indigenous owner into a descendant of slaves. Through the Dawes Act, they set a trap of paper. They told us, if you want your land, you must sign our rolls. But when our dark-skinned kin came to claim their birthright, they were branded as freedmen. They were told, you have the blood, but you do not have the status. It was theft disguised as civilization, a legal shadow dance to sell our heritage to the highest bidder, the law of Ma'at. But hear me now, identity is not a box on a census form. Identity is an ontological truth. In Kemet, they called it Ma'at. They knew that truth, balance, and justice were the very breath of the stars. To lie about a man's name was to invite Isfet, to invite the chaos of the void. Is this not the same as the 7 sacred laws found here, in the heart of this continent? Love, respect, honesty, and truth. Both the Nile and the Mississippi understood kin relationality. They knew we do not stop at our eyes or begin at our skin. We are the relationships themselves. We are the red clay and the silt. The colonizer came with a philosophy of emptiness. He said the mounds were abandoned so he could fill them with greed. He said the pyramids were white so he could claim the genius of the motherland. But look at the crown of the pharaoh. Look at the serpent mounds of Ohio. It is the same snake, the same coil of wisdom, the same symbol of rebirth. They tried to separate the kemetic from the American to make us both weak, but the serpent is rising. The Great Return. Today, in the year 2026, we witness the return of the ancient ones. We hear the Washita Nation reminding the world that the Louisiana Purchase was a master mental trick. We see the Yamasee and the Californians reclaiming the names the pen tried to erase. We see a generation of you, the young, the inquisitive, who refuse to choose between black and indigenous. You know the secret. You are both. The Eurocentric curtain is rotting. The paper genocides are being unmasked. As we stitch the Nile back to the Mississippi, we are not just doing history. We are doing Ma'at. We are restoring the balance of the world. We tell the colonizer, keep your licenses, keep your birth certificates. We will keep our ancestors. We will keep our land. We will keep our truth. The story of the ancient ones is not a memory, it is a prophecy. The mounds are calling your name. The pyramids are waiting for your feet. The balance is being restored. Ashe, Ma'at, so be it well proclaimed. This has been a Sharri Plaza presentation.